From glitter boots to builder boots, festival styles got a brand new route. It's renovation styled, first home glow, turning old bricks into something whoa. He's the tools, she's the vibe. New love, do walls, DIY drive. Click subscribe, come step inside. We're bringing this old place back to life.
I do not consent to that intro.
I've been held at gunpoint to that intro, but I think it's iconic. So please comment if you think we should keep the intro, because he hates it. So it's the first day of the house renovations today, and we're focusing on the garden. I'm going to show you how bad it is, but we've got a massive ivy problem, which was the main thing we got the quote for on the front of the house. It'd be a huge transformation, and I didn't think that I'd be able to do this on my own. Obviously my boyfriend did want to do it, but there's so much stuff inside the house, you will have seen if you've seen the tour already, that I'd rather him focus on that so we can move into the inside. And I think it's better to just outsource this and get it done in one day, which apparently they will be able to do, and they literally quoted us yesterday, and they're coming this afternoon at 2. It's now like 12:30, so I wanted to film the before so you can see like how much there is to do. We're starting with this wall. There's so much ivy here, and actually if you look under there, some of that's trees, so we need them to cut them. They said they would be able to cut it. Obviously these huge trees my dad wants us to get rid of, but I kind of like them because they give us a bit more privacy from that building behind there, and it's just nice. I like tall trees. Obviously, I don't know, let us know whether you think we should cut those trees down. All of this, they're going to pluck all of the weeds from. These are little beds that we might plant stuff so that it's ready for next year. We want to eventually take up all these pavings and make it grass here, because we've already got this bit that's not grass. But for now we need to pluck all the weeds from here and all the weeds over here so that we can actually get to the fence panel and put up a fence panel, because it's missing that. And then the ivy's so bad over here that the ivy's coming through like a jungle into the house, and we've also got it flapping against the roof on that bit over there, which would obviously be nice to get rid of, because when I was in the house on my own before, I could just hear it and it sounded like someone was opening the back door, but it was just like flapping against it. But the main issue that we got quoted for was the ivy on the side of the house. There used to be ivy, looking on Google Maps, all over the house at the front. Like, it looked like the house was winking. It only had one window visible, and obviously before they've sold it, they've gone around and like cut it all down, so it has actually been cut back, but there is still a lot on the side. So I'm gonna go around and show you the side now. But the second thing that they also are going to be doing is clearing out the driveway. This is all our land that we can park on, and then obviously you've got the garage there, but you can't even drive up onto this here. We've got like twigs sticking out here. That's like a thorn bush. And also I should have said that they quoted to take everything away as well, so it makes it so much easier than having to fill the car up and try and go to the skip with so much stuff. I'm gonna be here, so hopefully I can ask them to trim this down, and I actually added on the trimming down on the front garden as well. So I'm gonna put a video of what it looks like from the inside with the ivy. Like, it's making one of the rooms really dark because it's the only window, and it's getting about 10% light at the moment. So yeah, this is the window that's completely covered with ivy there, and then all the ivy down the side here. It was covering the whole front of the house, but clearly they've had someone trim it down, because it's all trimmed down over here, but it used to be going up the entirety of the house. So obviously this needs to be completely removed, and they're going to spray some weed killer as well for us. I think the ivy's really pretty, but like obviously it was just taking over, because this place we think has been derelict since 2009. And then just in the front garden, this is probably like the least bad to do, but we just want to clear it all out and, you know, just make it nice and clean. So you felt so bad for these boys working out in the garden today, because it was about 25 degrees. It was so sunny. It also made it kind of hard to film, because a lot of the time it was backlit. Find out some stuff when we were taking the ivy down. I didn't realise how thick ivy stems were. Like, this is the ivy plant at the bottom. Apparently, because it's been there for so long, it's actually affected the brickwork, and especially at the top, the bricks are loose, which we'll see at the end of this video. We have got a little solution that we're going to do as a workaround until we get the roof fixed. The issue with the roof is that we're planning to do a dormer, which is like one of those extensions you do out the top to make the roof like less of a triangle shape. You have like a square sticking out over it. Side note, this is the ivy before in the window. This is completely clear now, like you can actually see the window. It looks so naked. This is it after. You can finally see it. I feel like the house looks like it should have more windows on the side. And then this bit's completely chopped down, because this was full of a bush, but I felt like it was just going to regrow, and like the ivy would just come back again if we didn't just fully get rid of it. Such a good job, and they've chopped away all the greenery as well, which is in the back of the van. Right, so it's time to look at the room where the ivy's been stripped from the outside, and I'll put a clip of what it was like before, but this is it now. It's so much brighter. This room actually has a hidden window that's been bricked over that we can see from the outside. My boyfriend said there's like window ledge and everything, so we were thinking we might open this up. The only thing is that this is going to be probably a walk-in wardrobe room, like where I keep my festival clothes, and potentially, because this bit here, which is like the awkward stairs which you have to duck down to get under, which we want to change, we might move the stairs so that they're in this room, make it smaller. I'm going to want wardrobes along all of the walls, so really, do you want a window there because it takes away your wall space? I guess you can just put the wardrobe over it if you really care, but I've been working on this room today. Obviously this video is a gardening video, so I'm just going to focus mainly on the garden, but I'm going to get on with this now because my boyfriend's on his way and so is my mother-in-law, not in-law, but like his mum, because she's actually not seen the house yet. So when they get here, I'm assuming I'm going to have a break, but I'll show you what's happening in the garden once they get here, because at the moment they're trimming down like the ivy on the top of the wall. This was the point where they moved on to the back garden and they tackled the huge ivy overgrowth on the wall back here, which also has some trees sticking out the top. Seeing how much greenery was collecting in the middle of the garden made me thankful that we didn't have to take this to the skip. So I'm just going to go and get the gardeners a drink. I said I could get them a coffee, but they wanted Coke. I'm guessing full fat Coke. I didn't actually check that. But guys, we've got an update. I'm going to go into the garden and show you what it looks like now. It's looking so much better. It's like 4:20 now and they're going to go get lunch. Just ignore the middle of the garden because that's still to be done. How they're going to finish everything today, because it seems like there's so much to do still, but they are very, very fast. But they've completely trimmed down this side of the garden. Like, it's made the garden feel like twice as big. It's way opened the space up and just makes it brighter. Still going to trim down this. They've trimmed on this side, this top section above this wall, which it had like some trees and stuff sticking out up over it, and now it doesn't. So that's already feeling so much more open, and all of the stuff, they're going to be taking that away, and like all of this stuff over here they've started to put into the van. And apparently they've got like a I'd say just like a small van, but apparently they never have any issues fitting it in. They always make it fit. So it'll be interesting to see what time they finish working. I'm just still working on the wallpaper upstairs. I feel like I'm going to lose weight during this renovation process just from the fact that you just forget to eat because you get so locked in. Like, they've literally just gone for lunch and it's like after 4. But yeah, this is the garden right now. It's looking a lot neater, and they also cut some of the stems, so I'm really hoping it dies because I don't want to have that as a never-ending issue. And it's made the garden look so much bigger, like actually like open up the space a lot. But the other side is going to be done as well, and also the driveway. I'm assuming that they're doing that now. Back to the idea for the dormer. We're actually going to build one ourselves. He told me it's going to be 20 grand of materials, and obviously you don't want to take the roof off in the winter, so we think that'll be like a next year job, or maybe the year after, depending on how fast this reno goes. But this is such a satisfying shot of the back wall. It's less satisfying when you consider what the fences look like underneath. They're definitely rotting, and we're going to have to do some fixing, especially because one of them's got an ivy plant fully going through it, which you'll see in a second. He's going to fully chop through the ivy. Obviously there's some like brick planters around the like curved shape of the garden, which we will keep, and we're going to replant nice pretty plants in it, but we did want to get it cleared because it had a lot of roots and stuff growing in it. So he did trim all of that down. It was quite sad because there was a really nice lavender plant that we had to go. You can't be too selective when you're doing things like this, and I don't know if you could see all the butterflies coming out here. It was actually so sad, like the home was destroyed. And I did ask him, has he ever seen any like other sorts of animals, and he said that like he had a rat's nest the other week. But at least we don't have that, which I wouldn't be surprised if we would, because obviously there's a lot of dump stuff in the garden next door. I don't know if you could see that in the videos which I did of the fence. I'll show you in a minute that we cleared the fence area so that we can actually put the dividing fence back, and that'll be a job for Ian, who's decided to join us now. To your hair.
A shampoo, like, tell me.
Anyone else's boyfriend is a tradie, but I feel like because they work with so much dust, their hair just gets really stiff, and he's wanting to grow it out, but I just don't see how that's going to be possible because he's got such thick hair, and he comes back and it's like cardboard every day. But his mum was actually looking around the house for the first time, so you might have seen her in the shot there really quickly, but she's a very good gardener, so we're going to listen to her advice on what to grow in those plant pots. We think we might plant some of them this year so that they'll be sprouting well for next year. I'll explain at the end. The plant is obviously all of this like kind of like needs digging out and like soil putting in because it's all roots and little bits of gravel at the moment, but we'll probably get a labourer to come back and do that because this was a lot more than a day's work. This is Ian inspecting the work. I was kind of worried because I was the one giving all of the instructions, and I was like, I hope I've said the right thing, because I wasn't really sure what I was meant to be getting them to cut down with this wall. I was expecting that we'd be able to see the wall fully, but apparently that's not possible. There's so much thick ivy, so we're happy with this at the moment. It looks really pretty. I felt kind of creepy filming the guy out of the window there, so if he sees this, I'm going to send him the link to this video so you can see the transformation, because he does some crazy transformations. Apparently most of the work they do is like big garden clearances, but this one is super satisfying to watch, especially this tool. Like, I really want one of these, because usually when I was younger we'd have to go around with like a trowel and like pick out all the stuff between the pavings, but this just looks so fun. And I thought this shot was one of the most satisfying ones, where it's like half the garden's clear and half of it's covered in greenery. And I'm going to show you the back of the van in a minute, but look at how the garden's looking now with all of the greenery in between the tiles gone. It just looks so much cleaner than it did at the start of the day. I was eating my words thinking that they weren't going to get this finished, because it was actually so fast doing the back garden, especially with like all the right tools. I just think if we were doing this ourselves, we would have had to go out and buy so many tools. This is the jump scare blowing all the leaves into the back of the van, and this is only at half full. You'll see in a second it gets like literally to the brim. I don't think they could fit any more in. It's mainly down to the final job, which was the driveway. It's had some really, really big roots in the middle of it, which obviously everything's going to have to be levelled out, even though that's been removed because a car would not be able to go on at the moment. To be honest, I don't trust myself driving down to the drive because you'd have to reverse, and there's like a brick wall, and like I just don't trust myself reversing. So I think it's going to be a strictly Ian driveway, and I'm going to park on the road, but at least we don't have double yellow lines like what I've got currently in my place where I'm renting. It already feels like a luxury being able to actually park near the house. You can see the gardeners that we used on the back of the top there, and they've got a phone number, but I'll also put a link to their website in the description because they were really, really good. Can't recommend enough. They came the next day after quoting us. Couldn't do enough. Like, he literally gave me advice and stuff that we should remove that I hadn't even thought of, which was really helpful. But he was just trimming down these fences, which also look rotten. I think we're going to have a lot of boundary fences that we've got to fix, so we need to go and speak to our neighbours soon. Throughout this day I was nipping in and out because I was also taking the wallpaper down, so we've already started the inside the house things, and my boyfriend's been taking down a load of the wardrobes and old alcoves because they've been rotten, because obviously the roof's been leaking over the past like 15 years where the house has been empty. I said to Ian at the end of the day, it's actually so satisfying not having to do the work yourself because it gets done really quickly, like, and it doesn't feel like you had to do anything with it. It's like you blink and it's done. Imagine if we'd done this, it would have taken us like over a week, and this driveway is looking so much better than it was before, and it literally took them about half an hour. In terms of YouTube, please let me know whether you like prefer things like this where it's just focused on one project, or whether you'd like me to lump them into like weekly vlogs. I'm not sure whether this is enough, but look at how full the van got. How they're going to fit all the stuff off the drive, but I'm impressed of how full this is. That's actually crazy because all the tools were in there as well before. This is us being naughty because it's the first day of the renovations, but we are going to get a microwave and start just making ready meals at the house. But right now we don't have any water or anything like that, so I just needed to go to the loo. Right guys, it's the next day, and I could have filmed at the end last night because they did finish, but I was just tired once we went to go get food, and then we were doing some more wallpapering. But this is the garden. The transformation is insane. Like, they did such a good job. I highly, highly recommend them. Obviously they gave us like a £500 bundle deal, and they got everything done that they said they were going to do, and they were so nice as well. So if you're in like the Manchester, they also said they went up to the Peaks as well, so if you're up north, he is local to Salford, so like anywhere around there, ask for a quote off him. He's literally insane. I'll put his business and number on the screen because I can't recommend enough. I'll put the photos of the transformation so you can see like how crazy that is, and they did that from 2 until I think they left at like 5:36, so like they worked really fast as well, and there was just 2 of them. So this is what the garden's looking like now. Like, it actually looks so much bigger. Obviously the floor looks so clean. We've got to keep this up, so we're probably gonna, that tool that he was using yesterday, I had a few people on my video where I was saying whether we should do it ourselves, say that you're gonna have to buy the tools anyway, and I feel like his and tools were pretty industrial. Like the ones that he was using, he cut this ivy plant here, obviously I showed that yesterday. Like, I feel like that's a pretty rare tool to have, but the one that he was using on the ground looked really fun and like really good, but I don't know if that's like a professional gardener one. That's probably expensive. But yeah, this ivy, some of it should die now because it's been cut at the roots, so that helps a lot. But he did say on the front of the house, which I'll show you in a second, that the ivy has affected the brickwork, so we're gonna go collect some scaffolding today that my granddad's kindly gifting to us, and then my boyfriend's gonna go up on the scaffolding and have a look because apparently the bricks are loose. So we can now get to the fence panels. So this is where the fence is gonna go, but I'm gonna get Ian to fix that with like high priority because obviously it's like, it gives us a bit more privacy. But I'll show you this bit here. It's revealed like some random loose pipe that I'm not sure what that is, but all of this, there was a tree here that he's got rid of. Anyway, first and foremost, let's go look around the side of the front of the house so I can show you the ivy is gone from there. I showed you it in the clip anyway, and it's so nice when like you don't have to do it yourself because like it's like a really fast transformation in one day, whereas if we were doing that, it would have been like a week of work. Also, actually, I need to show you the driveway. The driveway obviously still needs like gravel putting down and levelling so someone can drive on it, but all this ivy was cut back. That was cut back. Those fences look like they're rotten, but yeah, then the floor is a bit uneven, but apparently under all of this soil and stuff there is actually gravel already, or tarmac I think it was, because there's tarmac here, so I think there's tarmac over here as well. So maybe we'll be able to reveal the tarmac underneath. I think we're going to get a labourer to finish off the driveway job, but let's go around the front. The front area, obviously there's nothing in this corner. This is completely gone in this corner, but I'll show you on the other side of the wall. Still a little bit of greenery and stuff on that side, but it's been cut at the root, so it should be dead stuff anyway. And then all up on this wall is obviously gone, and that was completely covered in ivy, so very successful first day of the reno. I've just been to pick up the scaffolding, and we're moving inside the house. Apparently I have to help with this. Ian loaded up on his own because I was just chatting with my grandma, but apparently he's tired now because he's not very well at the moment, so I'm in charge of filming and also carrying. That's why I've got this t-shirt on, because apparently some of the scaffolding is a bit muddy. Not happy. Right, all the scaffolding is finally in here. This is going to be used at the weekend to look at the front brickwork. Guys, I'm having a snack break. I'm not happy with this oil off the wheels of the scaffolding. Getting on my pink workout set. I need to find like all my scruffy clothes because I feel like I didn't keep any at my house because obviously I don't have much storage in my like rental flat, or like bed sit, if you will. So I don't know if I just like, got rid of them or if they're at the office, but I need some scruffy clothes. But I'm overheating right now. It's time to have some water. And I also got these cookies yesterday. They're quite good, to be fair. Vegan chocolate chip ones from Waitrose. It's just a little like area of like things that I got to give to the workmen, but they drank. I had like either a 6-pack or 8-pack of Cokes. I don't know how they got through 8 packs of Coke, but maybe 6. I'll give them 6. But I've got fizzy Lucozade anyway. I'm more of like a water gal. I'm trying not to drink too much though because obviously we don't have a toilet here, so I have to wait at the end of the garden. But I'm going to convince Ian to give us a little tour around and tell us what plans he has for the garden because I'm honestly clueless with like plants and like what we're going to be doing. But I like lavender, that's like the one thing because I love the smell of it. The thing is with this conservatory is because the sun's on it for like most of the afternoon, it just heats up so much. I don't know what we're going to do because obviously we're trying to turn this into like a conservatory conversion with the kitchen and everything. But I think we're going to need that reflective glass that makes the sun bounce away from it because you like cook alive in it. But the only issue is that then apparently the reflective like glass would make the garden really, really hot. So maybe once it's got a proper roof and like more like proper building rather than just a conservatory, it'll be okay. But it is genuinely like a greenhouse in here, and like that's probably a good thing for the rest of the house because if there was any mold it will have dried out because the whole house is so warm. But like right now we've got both of the doors open because it needs to cool down. Got the final bit of scaffolding being brought in right now.
Very hot in there.
Head gardener, come out. I want to hear you tell us the plans for the garden.
It's hot in there.
It's very hot. Do you want to start with the beds back here? This is where the old lavender plant was, which makes me sad.
They probably grow back that lavender. Pretty resilient.
Is this south facing then, the whole garden?
The whole garden is, but this side gets a lot more sun during the day because you've got this wall back here. Have you seen like fruit trees when you train them? You can basically make them flat. It's how they do them when they're like.
Oh, is that like you could do a lemon tree that way?
Yeah, the way they commercially grow apples is they go up and they split like this and they do like lines, so you could have like loads of like seeded fruit trees across here.
That'd be so nice.
It gets so warm here.
Strawberries and tomatoes.
Yeah, exactly.
We want practical garden as well, don't we? Not just pretty.
Yeah, but
some
like,
veggies.
I don't know,
Would
like,
you want like any like pits with vegetables in or anything?
I think we do all grass in this area.
Yeah.
So when we do the extension on the back, if you imagine this area here across built up.
Yeah, this is going to be like extended like paving stone so we can have seating area up on the back out here.
Have big bike paths into a raised area and then just have 3 steps going down into the middle, and you could either like you could put a curb and then we'll go straight down.
Yeah.
And this, because there's no grass in the garden, this whole area here
grassy, yeah.
This is shade. Once we've got the fence panels up here, we'll put like some shadier, more colourful kind of stuff that's going to grow up a bit.
That doesn't need the sun too much.
Yeah, because when you put a brand new fence in, it's not like the most attractive thing, but you can we can
hide
also
it a bit.
batten in front of the fence.
We actually spotted that these aren't just normal bricks, they've got like a little flower pattern on them, but it's mostly like faded away, but I'll show you it. It's quite cute. I like it. It's a bit old lady-y.
Yeah. I think
Ian's not the biggest fan.
I'd like to change all the coping stones. Maybe make this a bit deep. Maybe I'd like 2 more courses of brick on top as well.
Make it a bit taller.
Make it a little bit taller, and it'll wrap this piece of the garden around as well.
And we actually uncovered something really special in this corner, didn't we?
Beautiful water feature.
Was this actually a water feature?
Yeah, that's a pump.
It's a little DIY one.
Bit of gutter. Look, it's working. Look.
Ew.
It's lovely.
It's giving swamp.
Yeah, it's
It's your home.
The frogs live. It's your home. This used to be an old access for the garden.
We actually do have a right of way out there, but I don't think we'll be using it because we can enter out the back of the garden anyway.
No, we don't need it anymore, do we? So we can just literally brick up this entrance here.
Would you take this all down and redo it because the brick looks...
Yeah, we need to take all the render off this wall and see what it's like underneath.
And this side's got a bit of a crack.
It's not going anywhere, but it's not great. So realistically, eventually, we're going to have to rebuild this wall, pretty much, and then take down this all rotten kids' playhouse.
Also, we're going to reuse the stones that we'll be turning in the grass area to do the outer patio thing, so that will save us a bit of money with the stones, won't it?
Yeah, the stones are okay, and if you put like a nice like grout in there as well,
Mm-hmm.
we can just the amount we can reuse, we might as well.
Yeah.
The floor on this section of the garden is all. This is actually a big concrete pad, and then they've put printing on it,
It's fake.
so you can see the crack through it. Then, so we need to patch this. But it looks okay. I don't think it looks that bad.
No, and I quite like the symmetry of the garden and this little middle feature. I don't know if you don't like that.
I wouldn't mind like building it up.
Yeah,
with,
making it different.
like this style.
You want a fake water feature, don't you? Or a real water feature.
And a water feature. Yeah, well we've got water feed, and there's electricity feed down here as well.
That could be cute.
Yeah, like ice bath, garden.
Oh yeah, we're having a spa area back
garden
here.
sauna. It's like it's the dream stuff, isn't it? Like
Eventually.
I think an ice bath is like.
Well, you can build as like a little hot tub area.
Build a workshop in this back corner. Mm-hmm. Probably like.
Because right now we don't have the key for the current garage.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
you've
get
got
the
it.
garage,
Yeah, we can.
It'd be better to actually keep the workshop over here.
Whole area here. I want a turning circle.
Yeah, we're gonna put a roundabout in. So this can be cut right to the bottom, and then let the new growth come through. That'll probably be about next year. And then these huge conifers.
Do you want to cut them?
They don't block any of the sunlight that comes in the garden because they're on the north side, so they don't affect the light in the garden, and it's just a bit of a barrier. So they're quite nice.
Yeah, I like them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's the end of the garden transformation for now. Obviously, we're going to have to do a part 2 when we plant stuff and
When
everything.
it's actually looking like a nice lifting garden.
Now that took it from abandoned to neat. So come back for the inside updates, which will be on the next episode.
See ya.
Back to life.